Hey guys, welcome back to my channel for another video. If you're new, welcome. So happy you stopped by. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and I share all about my homeschooling / motherhood journey here on my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be talking about my goals for the month of June. I have been making monthly goal videos for the first time ever actually on my YouTube channel since I made my initial intentions and goals video for 2021 back in January. I asked you guys if this was something you'd be interested in seeing, and a bunch of you said yes. So I've continued to break down my monthly goals, all relating back to those bigger picture ideas that I had for the new year. So all of these monthly goals relate back to that. So it's not like every month I'm coming up with things. It's like January, I set my intentions and my focuses. So how am I going to achieve those things broken down into smaller pieces? So per the usual, this video is sponsored by Skillshare, and I have a really great class to share with you guys that I took on Skillshare. If you've never heard of Skillshare before, they are an online teaching platform with thousands of classes covering so many different topics, from lifestyle to photography to business to productivity to plant care to art to calligraphy to photography to videography. The list goes on and on and on. The thing that I love most about Skillshare is that the classes are super informative, they're professionally filmed, they're generally coming from an expert in that field, and they're concise. So it's not a video of somebody rambling on and on and on, and you're like, all I want to know is how to do this, and it takes 5 minutes to say or to show me. And so I love that they're concise. So the class that I took this month was for me. Sometimes I have my kids utilize Skillshare, but this one was for me. It was a class by Peggy Dean, and it's called Pricing Your Work: How to Value Your Work as a Freelancer. And I am just always continuing to try to educate myself on basically my job. It was an accidental thing that I stumbled into, but now it really is a full-time job for me, and it's not something that I learned about first and then started doing. I've been learning as I've been going. And so pricing your work as a freelancer, no matter what it is, if you're a photographer, if you're a makeup artist, if you're if you clean homes, if you babysit, if you know, anything that you do where you're hired out, it can be hard to figure out what is fair. And to be honest, a lot of times freelancers get taken advantage of. And so anyways, I wanted to just give myself some more knowledge. I loved that the classes were broken down into segments on this. The longest one was about 7 minutes long. So this is not gonna eat up tons of time in your day, and you'll walk away feeling like you learned a new skill or learned about something new, which is what I love about Skillshare. So I will put the offer code right here for you guys and a link down to check out Skillshare Premium down below for you guys. You can check it out, and I know that you will love it. If you're a freelancer, try that class by Peggy Dean. It was really insightful for me. But now let's jump into the recap of May's goals. I'm gonna let you guys know what I accomplished and what I didn't, and then we will move on into the month of June, where I am sharing my new goals and intentions with you guys. Okay, so for the month of May, my homeschooling goal was to finish our homeschool year strong, celebrate, and refocus. I feel like, I don't know that we finished, I mean, we tried to finish strong. So we tried. We definitely celebrated. We had a sweet morning, and I just love finishing the year off with that memory celebration. So that was awesome. And refocusing, I was talking about refocusing to finish out the end of the year, and we really tried our best. So I would say we accomplished that goal. For my spiritual goal for May, it was to start my scripture copying. I'm really glad that I wrote start, because I did start. I was not successful in doing it every day. I feel like holding myself to a perfection standard there is the quickest way for me to get discouraged from doing it. So rather than being discouraged that I didn't do it every day, I'm just going to count it as a win that I did in fact start. My personal goal was to plan my social media break, and I have planned it. I am waiting to like make sure that it's gonna work out that way. So yeah, I'm definitely taking at least a month off of Instagram, and I am going to be taking about a month off of YouTube. Now, when I say that, obviously I can't go a whole month without uploading. I mean, I could, but I don't want to do that. I've worked too hard to maintain my channel and everything that comes with it. So what I will have to do is work extra hard in the month of June to make sure that I have content on there in July, but I am planning as of now to be off of Instagram for June and then off of YouTube for July, but I will have my videos going up, and I appreciate you guys supporting me when you watch them, especially in the month of July, because being supported by you guys while I take a break lets me know that, you know, you actually care about my mental health and my sanity, and you're gonna support my videos whether I'm answering comments or not. Really, that's what it comes down to for me. It's not necessarily that I need a break from making videos and content, because honestly, in the summertime, I have more time to do that. I'm not homeschooling my kids. But what the real reason behind taking a social media break for me this year is just out of discipline. Some years I've needed to take time off because it was just too much. It was overwhelming. Some years I needed to take time off because I was struggling mentally with things and the noise of the outside was just too loud. I felt like I couldn't hear God. It was too noisy. But this year I don't really feel like either of those things are the reason why I'm taking a social media break, other than the fact that I know it's very easy to get wrapped up in social media in different ways. You know, when your job is being on social media, you know, you have certain habits to your day that involve those platforms. And so for me, I have like certain times of day where I'm getting on and I'm posting things and I'm sharing things and I'm talking with you guys, and I love doing that, so don't get me wrong, but it's just important for me out of a discipline to maintain an open-handed approach to social media. And I feel like going like this with it and saying, okay, God, I'm taking a break to refresh, to rejuvenate, to refocus, to make sure my habits are like that it's not so, really what it is that making sure that it just stays in its rightful place in my life. And so this is an act of faith, it's an act of obedience, and that's why I'm doing it. So there's really no other like big underlying reason other than the fact that when this is your job and you really enjoy it, it can easily become like moving its way up on the totem pole of importance in my life. And I want to make sure that I always am keeping it in the right spot. So yeah, I planned the breaks. I'm not like down to the specific date in detail yet. Still need to work out that, but I definitely feel like I accomplished that goal because I was able to kind of see like, okay, I've agreed to this, so I'll need to wait until after that and all that kind of stuff. And then the last goal I had was finishing house projects. We've done really well on that. I didn't want to have a bunch of loose ends going on around here, nothing major, but we've just had like small little things that we've wanted to do. And tackling my homeschool room was going to be a big like project, and so I didn't want to have like, oh, we need to finish the downstairs bathroom and we need to finish the shiplap wall and we need to finish the backyard things, and we need to pressure wash all of the windows. Like, I wanted to have all those things done, so that the only thing that was on the list was the homeschool room. So I think I accomplished May's goals somewhat, maybe not 100% on some of them, but at least I gave it some thought and time and attention, which is a win in my book, because really for me, it's just about intentional living and there always being a purpose and a reason for why I'm doing everything. So now I have my June goals written down right here in my planner, as I have been all year long. So my first goal for my homeschool is, this is a homeschooling goal, is to create our yearbook for our homeschool year. Now this might sound silly, but this takes a long time because I have a million pictures on this phone. I use chatbooks and I just go through and I pick pictures. Obviously not every single picture, but I pick a bunch of pictures that we did this year in our homeschool, and I get a book and it's basically our homeschool yearbook, and I just get one. I don't get one for all of the kids. It's just like our family thing, and my kids love getting them and getting the chatbooks in the mail, and so yeah, I need to make the time to do that. So that is my homeschooling goal for June. My next goal, which is relational, is to celebrate my next teenager. My son Caleb is turning 13, and we just love celebrating birthdays big in our family, and so I can't believe I'm gonna have 2 official teenagers. It's really kind of weird, but he's been a joy. And I will say, because I know a lot of you guys have younger kids who watch me, boys transitioning into teenagers, in my experience so far, has been much easier with my boy than my girl. So that is something that I feel like I can say now. That's not to say there haven't been difficulties, and maybe there will be more to come, but I will say this time of life was a little more challenging for a girl than it has been for my boy. But we just love him and we want to celebrate him, and so yeah, that's my relational goal. My work and personal goal is to, like, it goes back to May, but it is to actually pre-film the content for July, to figure out what that's gonna look like and like actually get it done, because I need to have it done in June, so that way in July I can just step away. I can put my camera away and I can just like have a month where I'm not creating new stuff. I'm not having to think of ideas, and really just let my mind kind of rest. Not to mention, we are going to be traveling so much in July, actually more than we've ever traveled ever. We actually will be gone pretty much the entire month of July, and so that is also playing a part into it. Is like, I'm not gonna have a regular routine going on, and so yeah. And then my last goal is to really rest, and that is probably going to be the theme throughout the entire summer for me, because I just really need to rejuvenate my mind, my heart, my soul. I need to just clear my brain. I need to be able to breathe deeply for more than 3 days. I need to just kind of slow it down and just do things that are important to me without so many outside pressures and external pressures. So yeah, I'm looking forward to just taking the major, I mean, homeschooling is all encompassing. It's the biggest focus of every day of my life. And when I get to remove that for a time period, it really, it lets me see, number one, how much of a commitment homeschooling is and how much of a sacrifice it is and how much of a blessing it is. But it also lets me see that, like, some days I get to the end of the day and I'm like, why am I so tired? Why does my brain feel like a scrambled egg? And then I remember once I take it away and I'm like, wow, I mean, I feel like I could sleep for a week. So yeah, my kids are attending VBS this year, and if you're a homeschooling mom, you probably relate to this, and especially if you don't have like grandparents that are super involved or you don't live near family. I don't get a break very often where I am like alone for an extended amount of time. And so VBS, with my older 2 volunteering and then my younger 2 attending, I will have 4 hours every morning to myself for a whole week. And that is like amazing. So I'm really excited about that. And what I need to make sure of, is that I do not spend all of my time, like doing things. I want to do things for me, just me. I want to read, I want to just be still, I want to get a pedicure. Like, I want to do things that I don't have the opportunity to do as often as I would like to do, and I want it to be a really refreshing week. So those are my goals for June. It's nothing major. I would love to hear what your goals are for June. Let me know down below. Give me a thumbs up before you go if you enjoy hearing these chatty goal videos. I appreciate you guys watching them and holding me accountable. I hope you guys are all doing well. Be sure to check out the links to Skillshare down below, and I will see you guys in my next video really soon. Bye, guys.
I can touch a stream of gold above.